the Osmonds are gathered in Orem, Utah, to say their final goodbye to the man who started it all, Alan Osmond. Alan Ralph Osmond, the visionary leader and eldest performing member of the family, passed away peacefully at his home in Lehi on April 20, 2026, at the age of 76. Surrounded by his wife Susan and their 8 sons, he concluded a courageous 40-year battle with multiple sclerosis. And today, the world pauses to honor him. The funeral is taking place as a private, family-only service at the Suncrest Stake Center in Orem, Utah. While the family has asked for privacy during this deeply personal moment, they confirmed that a live stream would be made available through the funeral home, allowing fans around the world to quietly share in the farewell. Public viewings were held the evening before and again on the morning of May 2, leading up to the funeral service at noon. Now, as this moment unfolds, the doors are closed. Inside, the Osmond family, including Donnie Osmond, Marie Osmond, Meryl, Jay, Jimmy, Verl, and Tom, are saying goodbye to their eldest brother. To them, he was never just a public figure. He was number one. In a heartfelt statement, the family expressed gratitude to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the funeral home, and the many fans who have shown support. They asked simply, honor their privacy during this tender time. And that request reflects the kind of man Alan was, someone who gave so much to the public, yet held his deepest moments close to home. Alan passed after a brief hospitalization, returning home for his final days under hospice care. He left the world surrounded by those he loved most, in peace, and grounded in the faith that guided his entire life. To understand his impact, you have to go back to the beginning. Born in Ogden, Utah, on June 22, 1949, Alan grew up in a humble home where music was not just entertainment, it was a way of helping family. Alongside his brothers, he began performing to raise money for hearing aids for his older siblings. That simple act of love sparked something extraordinary. What started as small performances soon led to appearances on national television, including The Andy Williams Show, launching a journey that would change their lives forever. The Osmonds went on to sell over 100 million records worldwide, earning awards, performing for royalty, and appearing on some of the biggest stages in entertainment. They performed for Queen Elizabeth II and were part of President Ronald Reagan's inauguration celebrations. Yet behind all of that success was Alan, the organizer, the creative force, the steady hand guiding the family forward. While others stood in the spotlight, Alan built the stage. He co-wrote songs like Crazy Horses, pushing the group into new creative territory, and played a key role behind the scenes as a producer, including work on the Donnie and Marie show. He also co-founded Stadium of Fire in Provo, Utah, creating a tradition that continues to this day. But his most defining chapter began in 1987, when he started experiencing symptoms that would later be diagnosed as multiple sclerosis. Where many might have stepped away, Alan chose to step deeper into life. "I may have MS, but MS does not have me," became his guiding philosophy, and he lived it every day. Despite the progression of the disease, he remained present for his family, active in his faith, and committed to inspiring others facing similar battles. He helped all 8 of his sons achieve Eagle Scout rank. He served alongside his wife as a temple worker for 15 years he later described as the most meaningful of his life. Not the fame, not the awards, but the quiet service side by side with Susan. That tells you everything. Alan is survived by his wife, his 8 sons Michael, Nathan, Doug, David, Scott, John, Alex, and Tyler, along with 30 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. He also leaves behind his siblings, who shared not just a stage, but a lifetime of music and memories. Even in passing, his legacy continues to reflect his values. The family has asked that, in lieu of flowers, donations be made to a missionary fund, a final gesture pointing toward the faith that shaped his life. Right now, inside that quiet room in Orem, generations of the Osmond family are gathered together. Brothers who once sang as children, a sister who became a household name, sons who watched their father face illness with strength, grandchildren who will carry his story forward. They are saying goodbye to number one. And outside those doors, the world watches with gratitude for a life lived with purpose, humility, and unwavering love. Alan Osmond, June 22, 1949, April 20, 2026. He spent 40 years living with multiple sclerosis, and every single one of those years, he chose to live fully. Rest easy, Alan. You were number one from the very beginning, and you always will be.